to walk through a pretty common request that we get from customers out in the field. They want to be able to look at all of their backup jobs over time and kind of create some monthly summary reports. So in this instance, we're going to create a simple chargeback report for objects that have been protected on the Cohesity platform for the last month. And to do this, we're going to dig into what we call the Groot custom reporting Postgres SQL database. And so to do this, we're going to need a couple of tools. You can use any reporting tool that you like, but for the purposes of this demo, we're going to use pgadmin to make the connection to the Cohesity cluster and to be able to query and export the data. So pgadmin is a free tool that you can download to connect to Postgres databases, which is what's running on your Cohesity cluster. So if you go to pgadmin.org, go to download, and you can pick the platform that works best for you. Once you get it installed, you can, it runs in a web browser, it'll pull up and connect there. So in order to make the connection to the Postgres database, we're going to need to get a couple of pieces of information off of our Cohesity cluster. So here I've already SSH'd into our Cohesity cluster, and this can be done either just through Iris CLI if you have it downloaded, or if you're on the SSH command line, you can run a simple command to get the information. So we'll pop into our Iris CLI, jump in, and we're going to issue just a single command here. We're going to do custom reporting DB. And here you can see that the Postgres database is running on more than one node in the cluster. This is for resiliency. It tells us what IP address it's running on, the port it's running on, the username and password. And so this information we're going to use to plop into our pgadmin. So once you have pgadmin up and running, you're going to go create a server. You're going to name it. And we're going to pop in the information here. So we're going to grab this IP address of this node. We know that it's running on port 27999. We're going to use the username reporting read, and we're going to grab this password. Drop it in there, save the connection. And now we can see that it's connected here. And so we can expand that, look at the databases, and look at the schema, and we have the reporting schema. And so we can look at everything that's in here, get all the information we want out of it. But what we're going to do is we're going to run a pretty simple query. So we can go down to Tools, drop into the Query tool. And I've prepared already a pretty simple SQL query that's going to be able to grab and leverage just a couple of the tables that are out there in the Groot database schema. In another video, we'll kind of dive through a little bit more in detail of the schema itself. But really what this is grabbing is the object name, the job name that it's in, the type, and we've put an arbitrary amount to charge on the source logical byte size. And so you can choose whatever value you want and change whatever rate that you want to charge. But for this simple exercise, we're going to look at the source logical size in bytes, and we're going to charge that per byte that's on the platform. So let's just copy this, paste it on into our query editor, and run the query. This comes back pretty quickly. And we can see here that we have now a list of the entity name. So this will be the server, the job that it's a part of, the type of object that it is, the source logical, the data read, the data written, and the monthly charge based on what we captured there. And then from here, you can pretty simply download and export the CSV to open up in any reporting tool that you like. And so let's open it up in Excel and show you the data. And so that's it, folks. This is a pretty simple chargeback report. This can be scheduled to run any interval. And in future videos, we'll do some more fancy reporting with some other reporting tools. Thank you very much.